is Thelma, and I'm a teaching artist in Playwrights Project's Out of the Yard program.
Hi, I'm Shawn Khalifa. I was a participant in the Playwrights Project at Donovan Correctional Facility.
In our previous lessons, Shawn and I brainstormed ideas for what goes into scene 1 and scene 2 of a 3-scene play. In this lesson, we're going to talk about scene 3, which is the resolution of the conflict. In our previous lessons, Shawn and I brainstormed ideas for what goes into scene 1 and scene 2 of a 3-scene play. In this lesson, we're going to talk about the resolution. In scene 3, we find out if the main character succeeds or fails in getting the intangible want. The main character, or the world, is going to change. Life is different. The playwright's message is revealed. In my play idea, Frank is the main character. He's a 50-year-old letter carrier who dreams of being an opera singer. His tactic is to practice singing at work while he delivers the mail. Unfortunately, he runs into grumpy Mrs. Adams, who tells him to stop singing, and she even threatens to tell her son, the mayor, to fire Frank. Frank stands up to her, and he sings that no one can stop him from following his dream, even if he gets fired. So in my scene 3, I'm going to have Frank go back into his boss's office. He thinks that his boss is going to fire him. His boss tells him that, yes, the mayor did call her, but there's a surprise. The mayor would like to thank Frank and also apologize to him. The mayor said that his mother is lonely, and he really appreciates how Frank does his job and keeps her active and engaged. His boss also has another surprise. The Postal Service is starting a new marketing campaign where they want to use postal employees to help sell more stamps in a commercial. His boss wants Frank to make an audition tape so he can use his talent of singing and share it with the world. Frank is so overjoyed at this news that he ends the play bursting into song. Now, Shawn, what do you think the message of that play idea could be?
That play was fascinating. The message, I think, behind that play and what you were trying to convey to us, or at least what I got from it, was that just no matter what people are telling you or what you're hearing from others, if you have this passion and this drive in your soul, just keep striving for it. And it was awesome to see the door open at the end to where he was rewarded for his singing, and he found like a role that fit him so perfect when others in his life were telling him that he should stop singing or were discouraging it.
Thank you, Shawn. You got it. That is the message that I wanted to express. What about you? Please remind us about your play idea and tell us what happens in scene 3.
As a reminder, my character's name is Rock. Rock is 10,000 years old. He is a large round boulder with a dent in him. He recently has been a security guard in front of a liquor store, and he has a want to go back 2,000 years to guard the castle that once stood where the liquor store now stands. So the problem is he wants it, but the castle was torn down for the liquor store, so there's no way for him to go back and guard the castle that he wants to. My other character in my play was Daphne, and Daphne's a young blade of grass who grew up near Rock. And in scene 2, we see Rock try to get his set out. He takes action by waiting on the rains to come so that he can move on from guarding the liquor store because he's not happy there, and he wants to go out seeking another castle that he can guard. But when the rains come, Rock's unable to move. So he becomes distraught and he gets anxious. But Daphne, our blade of grass, she's heard from the liquor store owner that he's installing security cameras, and he recently hired a construction company to come take a jackhammer to Rock and break them up into little pieces. So that's where I left him. And in scene 3, we see Rock listen to Daphne, our blade of grass, and Daphne shares with Rock how throughout generations of grass growing up around Rock and around them, they've always been inspired by Rock. They looked up to him. They were happy to have him. He was a staple of their lives. So as Daphne's growing up to the blade of grass, all Daphne's heard about is Rock and how great Rock is. So Daphne shares it with Rock, and Rock gets inspired and realizes that it can't flee, it can't leave, but it now has to face this danger. And it's going to face the danger with courage because the castle was once destroyed. So Rock says, if the castle was destroyed, I too should be able to stand up and just face my fate like castle, which I love to guard. So Daphne and Daphne's friends, the other blades of grass, decide to do a face painting on Rock. So Rock gets his face painted with, this is because Rock's getting ready. It's like getting ready for war. So Rock's getting ready to face the construction company. So it gets his face painting. And the face painting is an image of the castle in green with the blades of grass rubbing themselves against Rock to create this great image of the castle that once stood there. So fortunately for Rock, the owner of the liquor store sees this image on the rock and is inspired because that was the castle that stood before the liquor store. So the owner calls off the demolition of Rock and instead decides to label Rock a historic monument to honor the castle that once stood where his liquor store now stands. Thelma, what do you think the message was behind my play?
What an imaginative story, Shawn. I got several messages from your play. One of them is how people like to look back in the past, and they look back and see better days, and they regret what they have in front of them. So I think one message is to live in the present and be grateful for what you have. Another message is how scary it is to change. I think Rock really confronted that. Rock is a timeless being and has seen a lot of different changes, but they can each be scary. Another message is to listen to your friends who support you and help you see who you really are. And so I'm so glad that Rock's history was honored and Rock became a landmark. Thank you, Shawn.
Yeah, Thelma, thank you. I think you got several of the messages I was hoping to convey. So that is so amazing that you were able to pick them up.
Of course, you have a lot of depth in your writing and there are a lot of layers in your work. We're going to see more of that now in scene 3 of your play, BeeLeaf. This was produced in April 2019 by Playwrights Project and San Diego State University. Let's see if Bee gets her want of becoming a queen bee. And let's notice how she changes and what the overall message of the play is.
Hey, Bee! I'm so glad you returned.
Don't be glad.
Why?
I caused trouble.
What kind of
I
trouble?
told the queen who I am on the inside and she rejected me.
You are okay. Take a deep breath. We will figure this out.
It's not me that I'm worried about. It's you.
What does an old and wise leaf like me have to worry about?
The queen. I told her what you taught me about consciousness and all beings.
And how did the queen respond?
The queen has dispatched guards to come and find you and remove your stem.
Is that all?
The guards are coming to remove you. Aren't you scared? Don't you have any fear?
No.
I don't understand.
A leaf just is. No worries, no stress, no fear. Besides, when I fall, I will nurture the earth and once again become conscious.
The guards, they're getting close. I see them only a few leagues away.
You must leave me. fly away and become your own queen.
No! I will not leave and I will have no fear. I am a queen. No harm will come to you, Leaf.
Something happened. The guards are hovering above us, but they won't come near.
It is real.
What is real?
The guards are holding their formation.
Why would they do that?
Because they're recognizing me as their queen.
Congratulations, Shawn. You showed how Bee got her want to become a queen bee. She changed from being a follower into a leader. What I love about your play is that you reach so many levels. I think the message was that we're all part of a collective consciousness, and our job is to fulfill our purpose. What would you like to say about your message for BeeLeaf?
I would like to say that BeeLeaf just resonates so much in my life, and I think it resonates in all of our lives because we're labeled as one thing and we're not supposed to grow, but we all have an extreme potential. Every single one of us, all of us, every time we're labeled that we're not good enough or that we have to be a label, like whatever we're convicted of, to have that label for life and say that is you, you are the worst thing you ever did. It's not true, and you can challenge it. And I think just the fact that I'm able to work with Playwrights Project and be on this video today is testament to that, just that very message that I was trying to deliver, that I'm not a prisoner, I wasn't a convicted murderer, I'm much more. I'm a playwright, and I'm determining what I am through my work. So I'm reaching out and I'm writing plays and producing works of good, and those are awesome labels for me to have that you guys can put upon me all day. I'll take them and I love them, and I hope you get the same from your work. You get the same reward to see your work produce all these awesome labels for you, because you're so much more than other labels, negative ones that others have put upon you.
Thank you so much, Shawn, for that message. We're lucky to have your work to share and to have you teach us more about it. That play BeeLeaf reminds me of a quote from Gandhi, who said, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." No pun intended about the bees. As a playwright, I try to be the change by writing about subjects such as domestic violence. How else do you try to change the world through your writing?
I try to share stories that are real and relatable to all of us. And I try to be transparent and bring kind of the raw reality of life and the hardships, but I like to fictionalize them and make them soft and sensitive and relatable to everybody, so that no matter what walk of life you came from, if you came from a lower income lifestyle or a high income lifestyle, both of you can relate to the play and gather the message from it. So I try to do that with my writing, is bridge that gap between our, I am a sociology student, so the stratification of our society. I try to kind of blend that together and merge it and bring us together with my writing.
That is perfect, Shawn. At Playwrights Project, we believe everyone has a voice, and we love being able to help people express themselves through playwriting. Now it's the turn of everyone out there. What message do you want to express in your scene 3? Is your main character going to succeed or fail in getting the intangible want? How will the main character or the world change? We really appreciate you considering these ideas and working to express yourself through playwriting. Please share your ideas with others, and we hope that you enjoy this process. Thank you so much for joining me, Shawn. It's been great working with you to teach about what goes into a 3-scene play.
Thank you so much, Thelma. I appreciate it as well. It has been an honor being on here, able to go over what's required of a 3-scene play. And I really appreciate you sharing Gandhi's quote that to be the change you want to see in the world. No pun intended with the B. But I hope that all of you, as you write your plays, are being that change that we all want to see and that you want to see, and that you're sharing your wisdom and story with us so that we could be impacted by your words. You're so powerful. Your writing's so powerful. So keep it up. And thank you for writing with the Playwrights Project, and take care. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much.